What is good, ladies and gents of YouTube? My name is BBK Dragoon. Welcome to another Halo 4 replay review. Today we're on the map Opus, one of the first Forge maps to be added to the Halo 4 matchmaking rotation. It's been around since March or April. It's a very old map. People know the strategies. You have two power weapons, the rockets, which spawn up top, and the sniper rifle, which spawns down in the bottom yellow. Both of the power weapons are placed in positions on the map that sort of reflect their character traits. The sniper gets the open half of the map, whereas the rocket launcher gets a lot of tight 90-degree corners in which they can sort of surprise opponents. Off the start, ImaDirtySpartan rushes for the sniper rifle. I think this is very good. Simple strat, send two guys rocks, two guys to sniper. As soon as you pull snipe, though, you need to be looking for rockets, because I think sniper on this map is a better weapon. Instead, you miss your opportunity to get sort of two easy shots. You do get the snipe on the rocket guy, which is good, but you had an opportunity for a double kill. So you'll definitely want to think about that when you're playing the game. You always want to move with a decision in mind. You want to move with purpose. And if you're moving to get the sniper, don't just stop at, okay, I got the sniper, what do I do now? You get the sniper to do the next step, which is where they're going to be on the opening of the map, rushing for power weapons. So just think about that. I also want to point out the fact that after you died and you came back from this life, you didn't really pursue that sniper rifle that just was dropped. You didn't even look down there. You didn't even sort of try and get any sort of information about what happened to that sniper. Power weapons can definitely throw the sway of the game, and if the blue team picked up the sniper, that would be nice to know. The despawn time is about 11 seconds, so I don't think you would have been able to get all the way back down there and pick the sniper rifle back up. But it is important to at least make the attempt to see, hey, I saw him pick it up and he was running away, or he just like ran away with it and it's left on the floor. I'm going to go and try and like grab it before it despawns, if that makes sense. And next I want to talk about moving with purpose. It's something really important. You never want to just run to a certain spot on the map without an idea. You always want to have a game plan and some sort of motive behind your move. Right here, I totally question your motive of this sort of YOLO moment. I'm going to jump down, and then when I come back up, look what happens. My teammate's been killed, and in this situation, those two blue players, if you're like CSR 35 and above, you're going to lose this engagement 98% of the time. Just purely because two guys are above you, and if they were looking, of course, they'd tear you up. I look at these replay reviews from this, like the perspective of, you know, what is the higher range player going to do? What kind of things can you get away with and can't get away with? I feel like that movement down to the bottom, you can't get away with that kind of stuff, where I didn't see a real motive to move down, and because of it, I saw a great consequence. If you were to die in that fight, that would be a bad trade for your team, as they're going to lose map control. So just think about it. Of course, it's nitpicky, but I told you guys, the gloves are off. We're going to look at your sniper shots here in just a moment, and it's really important to talk about cadence. So many players do this, myself included, and cadence is basically where if you start shooting the sniper rifle, every single time the reticle resets, you get into this rhythm of boom, 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 just like you did right here. You're rushing the shot. Don't rush the shot. Take time to seal the deal. The only time you should be rattling off shots that fast is if you are 110% positive that you're going to hit those shots. The other thing I want to point out too here is every time you're shooting, you're flicking your stick to the right, and you're trying to time the shot so that as the flick crosses his body, that's when you pull the trigger. I talked about the left stick a lot in the last video, so seriously, a slight step left or right can put your crosshairs that extra tiny bit and alleviate the fact that you don't need to flick. I know people will argue with me on this, but I think flick shooting is really inconsistent. Also want to point out here, dude, that last kill didn't need to happen. You could have just walked backwards through the teleporter and had enough time to get your shields recharged. So think about that next time. I did like the two no-scopes as the guys were pushing you. They were good shots, but you could have survived much longer. Everything in this gameplay, again, like the last one, decent. I mean, you're on a frenzy and you get a high score, but part of that, a large part, is at this player skill range, the enemy is allowing you to get away with certain things that you wouldn't be able to get away with at a higher CSR. So always keep that in mind. Like, as a player, you're always progressing and changing. What works in the mid-range might not work in the upper mid-range, and it changes. So keep that in mind. I do want to point this little situation out here, too. After you call in the speed boost here, this is definitely what I would call moving without a purpose. You hit the thruster pack, and you see two guys on your radar, your one shot, and you lose this sweet ordnance you just got. The speed boost is a really powerful ordnance, like to move around the map so quickly and set up flank routes. Look, that's a pretty cool little backflip you did right there. Your guy was all bungee. No, Gumby. Do you guys remember Gumby? Oh, that is like a staple of me being old. Yeah, don't waste your ordnance, man. Like, move with a purpose. And I do it all the time, too. I'm being nitpicky, of course. This, again, I feel like you're rushing for the kill. No need to jump out like this. Just no need. It's very flashy, but at the same time, it gets you killed. You could have, I guarantee you, this is Rampage gameplay material, perfection level material, if you just play a little bit, like, with more purpose in your movement. It's very, like, rushing to get the kill. Check this out here again. So, what are we going to do? Well, YOLO! And then we go and we charge and we jump around the corner. And when it works, it's sweet. But when it doesn't work, it's really risky. This is super inconsistent. It looks sweet if you pull it off and get the magic gameplay, but you're relying more on chance. Like, if you jump around that corner, what if there's 3 guys, like, right there? It's not going to go too well. So I skipped a little bit of the aft portion of the game. You did very well, like, just mopping up. These players that you're playing against are letting you get away with, like, a lot of stuff, so do keep that in mind. But we'll definitely hammer hard some more things in the bullet points. Yeah. Okay, see you guys there. Information. Try and gather more information before aggressively pressuring the enemies. Look to your teammates' positions and indicators, and use their information of where they're at. Are they taking fire? Are they in need? Are they dying? And use this with where your game knowledge is at to create a theoretical position that the enemy is in. So, like, in your head, you want to be doing things like checking if you got the sniper rifle. If it's still sitting there, where's that blue player? But if it's gone, you have a pretty good idea. Oh, he's got the sniper. He's probably going to work his way back up there. So always have these little things going in your head in terms of where could the enemy be? Where are they most likely? There's always this element of chance, right? You're never going to be given full information, but you want to try and act off of the information that you have as is. Sniping. Slow those shots down, and please alleviate the flicking. I know people will argue with me about this. There are some really good flick shooters, but for me personally, I think it's inconsistent. And I've seen it be inconsistent for other folks as well, but prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Move with a purpose. Don't sacrifice map control or ordnance on hasty decisions. You're at like a 7 in terms of jumping around corners. We want to bring that back down to like a 4. We want to be like about a 4 or a 5 in terms of jumping around corners. Well, that's awkward. I just faded myself out. Thank you for the replay. I'm a Dirty Spartan. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. Dragoon is out.